In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
This is your girl, Reese, a.k.a. the best that ever did it. And yes, I am the best that ever did it. I know you'll probably be wondering that question, but that's the answer to that question. Alrighty, today is Turn Up Tuesday. Tacos, tequila, and tomfoolery down at bar 210 tonight. But my man, Pee Wee Neverson, also got a thing going on tonight. He trying to call himself Tacos and Tequila, too. So, Pee Wee, I think it's 1301 H, the letter H Street, Northeast. Go on. It's called Crate Kitchens, Kitchen Crate. Kitchen Crate. So, you guys got two places to hit tonight, Kitchen Crate and Bar 210. But I'm going to be down there at the Bar 210, God willing, and the creek don't rise. I got a terrible toothache. That's why my jaw over here is swollen. Look like I'm smuggling apples and whatnot. And that's why my speech is a little funny, because I can't bring the jaw all the way down. I got to be careful. But it don't stop me from talking, making sounds, or making noise. It's stopping me from chewing. I'm hungry, then I don't know what. Because every time I chew and the teeth clicks down and accidentally close down, and I'm like this, So I was busy screaming and choking. I wasn't doing much chewing, and I'm hungry. So I'll go to the dentist today, right after the show, and I'll hopefully get everything taken care of and everything. So if you look at this and say, why she look funny? That's why I look funny today. But I got a good show for you today. Of course, I always do my due diligence and research, baby. Hey, it's funny because I'm not here by myself. I got my $1 million producer, Molly, $1 Million Moments. He's in the building with me. Y'all know how Molly do. He's always in the back doing 101 things. He got 99 problems, but a job ain't one. That man stay busy. So, but I made some notes as I was scanning the news and stuff, the things that I thought was particularly interesting, like the fact that the SVB Bank, y'all heard the Silicon Valley Bank, that went belly up, right? So they telling the people that don't worry, that your bank, your money in your bank is safe, right? But the Federal Reserve said they're only doing that safe up to $250,000. Now, if this is the 16th biggest bank, I'm pretty sure it got more than $250,000 in there. But Biden is telling people, don't worry about it. Then he comes back to say the only people that's going to lose their money is the investors, people that invested. If you just regular like you and me soldiers got a bank account, you're not gonna lose your money. But for people that invested it, they're gonna lose their money because he said that's what they're taking for. They're taking a chance and they're taking a risk. And I just be thinking about those people who probably got those money market accounts or trying to do something with the bank to increase their dividends. Sorry. And if that is the 16th largest bank in the country, this is the beginning of what? What's getting ready to happen? When bank is toppling over. Big banks. Silicon Valley Bank, y'all. All that technology money. I just like, maybe they could borrow some money from Ukraine. Maybe they could borrow a couple of millions that they sent to Ukraine. I'm still trying to figure it out. But the Ukraine ain't the only one that America's getting in bed with. They are going to give Australia 3 nuclear submarines, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. 3 nuclear submarines. And I'm like, wow. I'm just that is something that is really something, y'all can afford 3 nuclear submarines to give it to Australia, and UK and the US are partnering with Australia, and they're going to have this stuff called, what is it called? AUKUS. AUKUS. Australia, UK, and the US. AUKUS. Okay, and I think that is so funny because they're getting together to go against China. They said because China are building land strips, right? And military installation and airstrips. So they're saying, hey, what happened? I think I'm still on. Yeah, so they're saying that China is building airstrips. And I'm sitting here wondering, I'm like, this is interesting to me because they're going to fight China, who's building airstrips for Air Force strikes, fighting them in the water, in coastal. And they're saying that the 3 submarines, even though they're nuclear submarines, they will not carry nuclear weapons. Again, I find that very interesting. Do you know how much a submarine costs? Do you know how much it costs to make a submarine? Let's see if I can Google it because I'm pretty sure it costs a couple of $1 million, like a couple of billion. Let's see if Google have an answer for me. Google, how much does a nuclear submarine cost? Okay, $5.5 billion. Okay, you could get a used one for 3.4 billion, but but a new one is $5.5 billion. Billion would it be? That's funny. That is funny. Ooh, that is funny. Let's see what this says. Boom. That is funny.
Video player.
That's funny.
On the basis of those assumptions, CBO estimates that the average cost of the SSNX would be $5.5 billion per submarine, whereas the Navy estimates the cost at $3.4 billion per submarine. October 10th, 2019.
Yep. And that was the prices of 2019. So 5.5 billion. That's what you get. So we're about to give them 3. We're about to give them what? What's 5.5 billion times 3? 15, 16. So we're about to give them $16.5 billion. Wow. That's all I can say. We got all of this money around, but they're cutting food stamps. They got all this money to build and give submarines, but they're cutting health and health insurance. They're cutting shelters, people where people stay. They're doing all of this, but they have all of this money for war and to give neighboring countries war because they're saying, "Oh, China is building airstrips. We need to partner or get in bed with somebody else." And Australia and China used to have relations together, but during the COVID season, that one came to a head. They stopped using China exports and all that good stuff. And to me, I think that's just wow. And then something else I want to bring to light that kind of saddened and broke my heart. And basically, this is what the show is going to be about today. It's going to be about us protecting our children, and we got to do a better job in protecting our children. They said that there was an increase. First of all, let me tell y'all this, and it bothered me. There was an increase of black babies, sudden infant death in the black babies. At 300,000? You mean 300,000 of our babies just suddenly passed and stopped breathing? And it's scary. And I'm like, wow, this has been the biggest hit since 2017. And my heart just dropped. 300,000 of black babies that passed. And I'm like, that's weird. It just don't make sense. Why are these babies dying like that? Um, I don't know if it's from COVID. I don't know if it's from the mama having a vaccine. When I read that, my heart just dropped. I don't know. A lot of us they really thinning the herd because so many people are dropping dead. Our men, so many people just dropping dead. The heart failure thing, and it's when you look around, oh, what happened to him? He passed. What happened? And they're saying a lot of this is due for the long haul part. That I don't know, but we got to do better in protecting our children, um, about getting them access to drugs and stuff. It's just terrible. But a story that I want to share with y'all: a 3-year-old shot her 4-year-old sibling. 3-year old. That broke my heart. Um, Molly, you have that story for me with the 3-year old. Not this one. This is the kidnap one. But it's like a minute and 30 seconds. The 3-year old little girl, a little toddler, was in the room. Now, this is peculiar about this. They're going to charge the parents. They're charging the parents because they're saying that the child should not have access to the gun. Now, they didn't say nothing about charging the parents of that little boy who took the gun to school and shot the teacher, the 6-year-old. But you going to charge the 3-year-old, I guess because that was down in Texas. But you going to charge, and the 6-year-old was up here in Virginia. I don't know. Maybe that's it, huh? But you going to charge her parents. Uh, Molly will bring the story up. When he gets it, you can go ahead and play it when you get
this morning, a toddler is dead to the Harris County Sheriff.
It appears that one parent thought the other parent was maybe watching the other children, when in fact the two unsupervised inside the bedroom.
Our Zach Lodge joins us.
I can't
This
hear
story
that.
is heartbreaking. The sheriff calling it unnecessary. The shooting is under investigation, and charges are likely, according to the sheriff. Deputies responded to Saddlewood Apartments on Bammel North Houston Road just after 7:30 Sunday night to reports of a shooting. According to the sheriff, 2 toddlers, sisters, were left unsupervised inside a bedroom when the 3-year-old gained access to a loaded semi-automatic pistol and accidentally shot her 4-year-old sister. Family heard a single gunshot come from the bedroom. They ran into the room and found the 4-year-old girl unresponsive on the floor. The sheriff says at this point, the gun was secured and 911 was called. The 4-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene.
It just seems like another tragic story of, again, a child gaining access to a farm and hurting someone else, and this time it was a fatal shot.
Neighbors and parents who live in the apartment complex say they are shook.
It broke everybody's heart in this And this apartment, because it's a lot of kids go to the school behind this building. Supposed to be at the spring break, but everybody have don't go to school, being home, or
that just
Organizations and agencies gave away 1,000 gun safes as part of a safety campaign led by Houston Police Department. This morning, the sheriff is reminding all gun owners to be responsible and to secure your firearms in a safe place. So far this year, there have been near 60 unintentional shootings by children in the U.S., this one being the most recent, according to information from every.
Could y'all hear that, or was that me? Do we need to play that story one more time so y'all can hear it? Could they understand what was going on? Did y'all hear the 3-year-old shot 4-year-old? Parents thought, okay, parents thought that the other one was watching the kid. The other parent thought the other was watching the kid. Nobody was watching the children. They got access to the gun, and the 3-year-old figured out how to take the safety off the gun, shoot it, and everything. Isn't that just amazing? I don't know about these semi-automatic weapons. I just don't know. But a 3-year-old and that poor little 4-year-old, and then the parents are going to jail behind this. I tell you, it saddens. It breaks my heart. You know, they probably got the guns so they can be safe in their community, not knowing that the gun was going to take their children out. That is never the intentions. You know, we always have the best, the good intentions, but stuff like this can happen, especially if stuff is not put away properly, you know. But these parents are going to jail. But that other little boy who shot the teacher, the 6-year-old who brought the gun to school, intentionally to shoot the teacher, not no accident. His parents are not facing any jail time. They're not talking about giving his parents jail time. I'm like, I'm stuck. Why is that? Shouldn't that parents get some jail time too? We got to do a better job of policing and protecting our children. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And it's from so many different things. We have predators out there trying to snatch our children. We have predators out there trying to get children in their home for money or for whatever to get the benefits, the fraud the government. It's just so much. We got to do a better job at protecting our children. If you saying that the children is the next generation, I feel so sorry. Maybe that's why they act like the way they do. You know, we got another video. I want y'all opinion on that. Wait a minute, let me see. First, what do y'all think about the first video we shared about the toddler shooting the other toddler, and then they giving the parents jail time? I can't see nothing. Hey, good morning, Slicky. Good morning, Kenneth. Good morning, Kiki. I saw Kiki Creations in here. She puts on a darn good show. Yes, they do. So if y'all doing the planning an event, Kiki Creations, that's the way you go. And she's always so elegant, Kiki's Kitchens. And she's always so elegant with it. She puts on a nice affair, nice events, and they're so impersonal and quaint. Like if you want to do a nice intimate surprise party, yeah, definitely call her. She could hook you up. Birthday parties, anniversary parties. Oh, and Lady B. Oh, got a birthday coming up soon. Lady B. I forgot the exact date, but if I missed it, I'm sorry. Happy birthday. If it's belated, happy birthday, belated birthday. And if it haven't came yet, happy future birthday. But I know my girl got a birthday coming up. I miss you, Lady B. We miss you here at the Morning Mac Show, and I'm sure everybody else, all the viewers, misses you as well. Okay, but back to what I was saying about the doing a better job taking care of the kids and all that stuff. We got to. There's another video I want to share with you all today. Turn Up Tuesday is about children. Turn up safety and protect our daggone kids, y'all. Molly, you can roll the next video when you ready, baby.
Please, sir, please, can you let us out the car? I don't got nothing to do with this. Please, can you the car and just let us go?
First at 5, this is what a hero looks like. A 9-year-old girl keeps her cool and gets herself and her baby brother to safety.
What happened to her next is a story you'll only hear right here on Fox 5. And that brave young girl's story is not only frightening for any parent, but her boldness and quick thinking is truly incredible.
Fox 5's Maddie White has been tracking this story for us. Maddie spoke to her mother yesterday. How are they doing after this? It's serious. It is a traumatic event for her.
Oh, it was horrible. Yeah, the mother was desperate, just awful yesterday, a little bit better today, but really meeting the children today was so eye-opening and just incredible to know how brave. She tells me she ran after her car as it was being stolen with her children in it, and now we're hearing from the brave young girl herself. Her name is Nyla, and she did whatever it to save herself and her baby brother, King.
I know where 7-Eleven at because that's the way we go.
Baby brother were in the back seat of their mom's car Monday night when their mom ran into this 7-Eleven on Cheyenne and Decatur to use the ATM. Happened.
This boy was looking at her in a strange way, and then he ran outside, and he tried to open my mom's door, and then car, and then when she come next to the car, it unlocks. So her car unlocked, and then he got in the car, and he zoomed. I didn't want to put my hands on him because he was driving fast and I didn't want to die.
Nyla says she wasn't sure where he was driving, but says they were going fast.
So I just closed my eyes and I was thinking, I was like, what I'm going to say.
That's when she says she reached for the unlock button in the car.
I reached into unlock the door. He was like this. And I was like, please, sir, let us out the car. Please, sir, please, can you let us out the car? I don't got nothing to do with this, please.
She says the only thing the kidnapper said to her was, get out. He pulled over.
The only thing I was worried about was my little brother. And so I tried to grab my shoes, and he didn't let me. He was like, hurry up, get out. So I grabbed his binky, and then me and him ran.
Once on the sidewalk, she started running.
I didn't know where I was at. Just started running with him. Because I'm not going to leave him in the car. Because I always watch him every day. And
Nyla and King managed to get back to 7-Eleven. She ran barefoot through the dark streets with her baby brother in her arms.
I was looking for some lights, and then I saw the 7-Eleven that we was at, and then I went in there, and I was shaking and crying.
The staff at 7-Eleven gave her a chair and something to drink. Then the officers came in.
I heard they say they had my mom. I started crying.
Her mom says she fell to the floor, thanking God her children were safe. Still unclear what this person's motive was.
Yes. He looked back at me. He should have been minding his own business.
He sure should have. And that man accused in the kidnapping is behind bars facing numerous charges. Now, the mother learned today that her car was totaled by the kidnapper. So if you'd like to help with those expenses, a link to a GoFundMe is on our website, fox5vegas.com. Reporting live, I'm Maddie White, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
Wow. You know what? Her parents taught her right, taught her good. That girl, that little girl, I couldn't imagine being in that situation. You know, somebody carjacking your mom. You know, first of all, in a child's mind, I couldn't imagine being a child getting carjacked, and she's talking to the jackers. She's talking to the kidnappers, and she's thinking, she was like, I ain't got nothing to do with this, sir. Please let us out. That was a smart baby. That was a smart girl. And you would want all your children to be smart in that manner. So she managed to get out the car, her and her baby brother. That carjacker had a heart, y'all. He had a heart enough to know that he didn't want these kids with him in the car or whatever caper he about to pull. And he pulled over and let the little girl out. He didn't let her get her shoes, but he did let her get her little brother. And they got out of the car. And I know she was smart. She was very, very smart because she didn't know where she was at. So she was trying to remember which way they came. And she said she was running to the lights, y'all. Could you imagine seeing a little girl running with a baby to the lights? And how come nobody stopped? I'm pretty sure people saw her. People saw her on the road and they didn't stop to help. We never know who we stopping to help. But just like Gwen stopped to help those little girls Saturday night. 4 little girls, y'all, walking down the road, trying to walk all the way from Branch Avenue all the way to I Street up there in Northeast. They'd have been walking all night long. And it was cold, and they didn't have one up but some little jacket and stuff. That was so sad. And I'm so glad that Gwen picked them up and gave them a ride because they were someone's potential victims. Indeed, they were. 4 little skinny girls. They was 13 or 14 years old. Little babies. Somebody little babies, just like this little girl was. And she had to use her mind, and she got out and saved her brother. We got to teach our children to protect themselves, to do better. Kids, I don't know what to say about our kids. And sometimes it's not even our children that's the offender. Sometimes it's other adults that's setting our kids up, putting our kids in harm's way. I just, my heart just feel. We got one more story. Whenever Molly get that one and set that one up, that's a good one. Y'all ever stop to think the wonders that sometimes you have foster parents where all of these kids in the house, right? And they be acting like, oh, I love my children. I love my foster children. A lot of these foster parents are in it for the money. And to me, I don't believe you should take anybody's child if you're not willing to raise them with love and respect, kindness, and care for them just like they were your own. If you're in it for the money, don't do it. I know it's a big business to some people, but I don't like those kind of people. And my heart goes out to the children that's placed in those type of homes and care because they're not getting care. They're getting assistance from the state, which we all know they don't really care about these kids. And a lot of these children are placed in the wrong place. They think that being in the foster home sometimes is better than an institution. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. Maybe a group home is better than being placed in a foster home. But let's check this next video out and tell me what you guys think about this. Okay.
I'm asking before I play. This video like 7 minutes, right?
Yep, we got 30 minutes of the show left.
Nah, it ain't that. They just gonna flag your video.
Divorce, foreclosure, and lawsuits. Extreme Makeover Home Edition may have given well-deserving families a chance to start fresh in their dream home, but life still found a way to wreak havoc on some of their recipients. The Oatman family seemed like the perfect candidates for a home makeover and fresh start. Debbie Oatman was a single mother raising 4 sons, 3 of whom were adopted. 2 of her adopted sons were diagnosed with HIV, and a mold issue in the family's home was a major selling point for the Oatmans to have their home renovated. In 2007, the family's deteriorating home was replaced with a brand new one that featured luxury amenities, such as new appliances, furniture, and granite countertops. Unfortunately for the Oatman family, the home makeover could not repair the deteriorating relationships between Debbie and her sons. In a 2011 interview with Times Union, Debbie's son Kevin said, "I honestly thought things would change after we moved into the house and it would make everything better. She was happy and excited for maybe the first week, and then it was back to the same old garbage." According to Kevin.
You okay?
I'm just overwhelmed. The paper reported that 22 incident reports had been filed by local law enforcement at the Oatman home between 1997 and 2010. By 2011, Kevin and his brother Brian had left home after becoming estranged from Debbie. Debbie's ex-husband, Joe Gayton, told the publication, "The house didn't change her. She's still her plain old nasty self." In 2004, the Higgins children lost their mother and father within 10 weeks of each other, leaving all five siblings orphaned. The siblings were taken in by the Leomidi family, who had previously been the children's neighbors and who belonged to the same church. The Leomidi family had 3 children themselves, so the addition of the Higgins family doubled the occupants in their home. Within a matter of weeks after the Extreme Makeover Home Edition crew replaced the 3-bed, 2-bath home with a 9-bedroom mansion, the Higgins children left, according to the Seattle Times. The siblings alleged that the Leomidis created a, quote, orchestrated campaign to drive out the Higginses by using race-based remarks to degrade and insult the children. After leaving the brand new home, the Higgins children hired a lawyer to file a lawsuit against the Leomidi family and ABC for damages on allegations of, quote, fraud, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and breach of contract. The Leomidis family reportedly disputed the claim entirely. After the siblings left the home that had been built to accommodate their new living situation, they reportedly ended up living apart from one another. He wrote in court documents, "We were promised a home. They broke that promise." 9-year-old Cassandra Oakvath nominated the cancer ward she had spent time at for a makeover from Extreme Makeover Home Edition in 2005.
Let's get this hospital painted and make it a better place.
Her story inspired the show's producers to renovate the Oakvath family home in addition to the hospital ward as an added surprise. At the time of filming, the Oakvath family was renting the home they lived in. Nicole Oakvath, Cassandra's mother, told Deseret News, "We wanted her to know what having a home is." The show's producers managed to buy the home from the Oakvath's landlord and transferred ownership to the family. The final makeover transformed the 1,800-square-foot rental into a 6-bedroom mansion. Although the family didn't need to make home payments, the utility bills and property taxes soon became too great for the Oakvaths to handle. According to the Deseret News, the monthly utility bills for the house quintupled. In 2008, the house went into foreclosure and the Oakvaths had to sell 2 of their vehicles to cancel the auction sale. By 2009, the Oakvaths had put the house up for sale after failing to sell it 2 years earlier, lowering the original asking price from $1.8 million to $800,000, and then finally selling at $540,000. The Arizona Republic reported in 2010 that the Oakvath parents had split. After the death of her husband, Arlene Nicholas won a home makeover for her and her 3 sons. Her late husband Tim had just passed away after a 7-year fight against hepatitis C, which he was thought to have contracted from a contaminated needle while working as a nurse. The Extreme Makeover Home Edition crew rebuilt the family home, hoping to give the Nicholases a fresh start free of charge. The Lansing State Journal reported that state and banking officials reduced the home's original mortgage of $140,000 to $30,000 and significantly lowered the interest rate as well. After the makeover, however, the home's annual taxes increased from $2,000 to $7,500 in just a year. A car accident in 2010 set Arlene back, making it more difficult for her to make her mortgage payments. And from then on, it became impossible for Arlene to catch up. By 2017, the house had been foreclosed on and the family had to leave. In an interview with the Lansing State Journal, Arlene told reporters that she had planned to build a memorial garden for Tim and open up a camp for grieving children. After her community came together to build her dream house, Arlene had wanted to find a way to show her appreciation. She said, "I feel bad because so many people came together to help us. I know I shouldn't feel like I let them down, but I do." Larry and Melissa Beach raised and fostered over 85 children, according to the Houston Chronicle. After Hurricane Ike destroyed their family home, the couple found themselves living with 15 children in a single-family FEMA trailer. In 2010, Extreme Makeover Home Edition chose the Beach family as recipients of a brand new home, the room home with enough space for the couple and the children to live comfortably. Lost their 2-year-old daughter Mercy after she suffered a seizure. Larry and Melissa decided that they would no longer participate as foster parents. As the older children grew up and left the house, the couple found the increasing property taxes too much for them to keep up with. Larry told the Houston Chronicle, "It's costing us more to live here than it would to sell it." The Beach family struggled to sell their massive home and eventually lowered the asking price from $700,000 to $535,000. Larry told a reporter in 2013, "We are torn. The community put a lot into this house, and that's really the conflict we have struggled with." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite reality TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our...
Wow. Okay. A couple of things I wanted to point out in the video. You heard about how people do those extreme makeover. Was a story about how they did the makeover and the people end up losing their homes, or the children end up getting kicked out in some instances. Now, I didn't know that the land that the home was on, once the home was built, like one of the houses, what did they say? The taxes on the house was like $2,000 a year. After they built the home and they made the necessary changes, upgraded the home, then it became $7,500. They had to. How were they going to? I just don't understand it. How are they going to up the tax so much because the home improvements that they made on their property? I thought once you buy your property in Maryland on your land, you could build whatever you want to build. So the property taxes is separate from the home taxes. I'm not sure, because I thought that if you own the land, you could build whatever you want to on the land. But maybe they didn't own the land. I don't know. But their taxes went from $2,000 to $7,500, and then they couldn't afford the house, and they had to end up losing their home. That is so sad. You want to get a home improvement, do a fantastic makeover, but your house done push you in another tax bracket, or the value of the house, what it's worth. And I'm thinking, if they built it for you and your mortgage was only $30,000 because they had to reduce it or bring it down, then your house went up. Why didn't you sell the house? And because these are mansions they was building. Oh, sorry. These was mansions that they were getting built. The home makeover people were making these people fabulous mansions to live in. Wow. Please like and share the show. You guys, thank you for viewing it. But if you guys could like and share it as well, to let us know that, yeah, we do see your show and we actually are liking what we see. You don't have to make any comments or anything, but the likes mean everything. That lets them know that this is not robotic, and let the people know that you all are real people watching the show. But okay, back to what I was saying. I didn't know that the government, because that's what the government is, the tax people, can come in and tax your house. I thought like once you buy a property, you can build whatever, but obviously not. And these people, taxes was more than what they could afford to pay. And they end up taking these people home. They went from a 1-point-something million home. Then they had to end up selling it. The asking price was $8,000. Then they end up selling a 1-point-something million home for half. for only 500. And I mean, I'm like, wow, is this? It sounds criminal, don't it? It sounds like it should be illegal, but that's the government how they can come in and take your home and seize your property like that for taxes that they done raised. And then the stories with the poor children who thought they was in a loving home and then gets mistreated. Like that lady with the outburst, even her ex-husband said that the lady turned back to her mean old nasty self. And I'm like, wow. They do all this for show, get the stuff done. Because you always ask yourself, how in the world they get their house done? I know somebody that need a house done. How in the world? Is it all a gimmick? Is it all a game? And they're not taking care of the children. Children end up back in the foster care or back in the system. Like the Leonidi family. Now, these 5 children that lost their parents, right? They became orphans. But the next door neighbor, which happened to go to the same church, yay, swoops in and said, we'll take the kids. Yeah, we'll take the kids. And that home improvement, people got a wind of that because this was a couple who already had 3 kids that took on 5 other kids. You know, you applaud for that kind of stuff, right? But when you take them children for the wrong reason and you take them for a paycheck and you start mentally and verbally abusing them kids, that ain't good for nobody. Because you're trying to destroy these people. And they said they was making racial slurs and all that. And then some people have a thing that they don't like people to adopt or to come into mixed household for the foster parents because of that reason. My heart goes out to those people. My heart goes out to those children. It's just terrible. Let me see. What is the people saying? Uncut live. What are you saying? Let me see if I could read some of these comments. Kenneth said foster homes are terrible. He said he went through hell. Wow. You know, it is. It is supposed to be where people are supposed to love you. Like I said, sometimes being in a state facility like those group homes sometimes are better than being in foster homes. Who's uncut live product? Oh, that's Slicky asked the question. Okay. Molly, 52 viewers watching, commenting. Okay. Let me see what the people are saying. Anybody out there other than Kenneth been through the system, been through the foster home system? And it's like when you get a good family, why do they take you from the good family and put you somewhere else? Is it that you can only be with a family a limited time, a certain amount of time before they put you somewhere else? I don't know. And then your caseworker is supposed to come back and check on you. A lot of stuff always falls through the cracks. Falls through the cracks. Let me see. I'm trying not to miss nobody. Hey there, Colton. Hey, Alan. Ron. Okay. I see you. You know, hey, people. So what do y'all think about, the videos that I shared with you? I gave you a bit of the news, told you how Biden is getting ready to get in bed with Australia by giving them 3 nuclear submarines. I'm doing a recap of the show right now. 3 nuclear submarines. That's interesting in itself. And each submarine is $5.5 billion. And these are 2019 prices, by the way. So it costs a lot more now. But to have a nuclear submarine given to another country, given to Australia. Why? What is Australia in part of the treaty? But it's the UK. We can't leave out the UK and the United States. But it didn't say what the UK was giving or putting up. All it said was the UK and the United States and Australia. AUKUS. That's what it's called. That stands for Australia, UK, and the US. They're coming together because they noticing that China is building a lot of airstrips. So, which makes them think or believe that China is about to do an air invasion. So I guess they're figuring what China doing the air invasion, we want to control the waterways and be in the water. Because the U.S. already got an air force, UK got an air force, Australia got an air force. I'm not sure, but China's trying to catch up, and China is saying, "Oh, by you giving those nuclear submarines, you are breaking the nuclear weapons treaty." And you know what's getting ready to happen. They're getting ready to go back, and everybody gonna start making nuclear weapons again, and then everybody gonna be on edge again because they fixing to make everybody in the world start glowing. War on top of war, rumors of wars, and it's just terrible because Russia and China is together. And now it's like the UK, Australia, and America is together, or the Europe, I'll say, and it's just crazy. What's getting ready to happen? Who's getting ready to be jumpy? You know how everybody got a gun, and somebody with a happy trigger finger going to jump, or somebody going to be scared and shoot prematurely. Then everybody going to start shooting. Which one? Which one going to take off first? And poor Taiwan, China keep, so is that South Korea? They keep on bombing poor Taiwan, and that's a U.S. territory, and they getting bombed and stuff, you know. And then the banks closing. And did you guys know that Silicon Valley Bank, the Japanese is worried about that because they had a lot of their money in that particular bank. And I'm like, goodness gracious, all of this foreign money. You would never know all of this foreign money that goes in. And that's why Biden said that the investors, you're going to lose your money. But the people who actually put the money in, the dividends in, oh, they're going to protect you. But the Federal Reserve said, we only got $250,000. That's not enough for nothing. That's not even enough to pay taxes on what's happening here. So that's one of the banks. Two banks. Signature Bank closed. I remember that bank too. Signature Bank. Silicon Valley Bank, I never heard of, but I'm not in Silicon Valley either. But the Signature Bank, yes. And I've also found it very peculiar that I'm getting these requests to close my bank account from these other banks that I have no affiliation with. And I'm calling them, I don't have a bank account with you all. I never opened one. They have an open bank account. And I'm guessing they're waiting to put money in it because they're contacting me to telling me, oh, you want to put some money in your account? I'm like, I don't have an account with you. And if there is an account, how much money is it? Because although I don't have an account in my name with that bank, and I'm not putting no money in no other bank account, if there's some money there and it's under my name, give me the money. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll take the money then, give me the money. But other than that, no, sir. No ham, no ma'am, no, sir. No. But if some money there and y'all using my name to get the money, or using my name, you daggone right. I'm gonna take that money because it'll teach them criminals a lesson. That don't play around with somebody that ain't got the money in the bank. Don't be opening up bank accounts in my name and think you gonna put money in it and then take it out or do whatever the hustle you do. Put some money in my name in my account. I'm gonna use that. Indeed I am. But because I gotta use it to do what I need to do. I'm gonna write some more books with it. I'm going to get Molly to produce some more shows with it. We're going to use it for video footage. And we do take donations, people. Y'all can Cash App the Morning Max Show by going to $Reese Tyree. That's $REESETYRE. Cash apps are welcome and encouraged. All donations are appreciated. You ain't got to make over no house because I'm not going to foster 15 kids. You ain't got to do nothing like that. But if you can help us keep the lights on and help us keep this podcast going, it would be much appreciated. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, it would. It would be nice. So if you want to if everybody out there listening today, Cash App $2 or $1 or whatever to $REESETYRE. That's it. That's all. Ain't asking for a whole lot. I don't know. What the people saying? What is the people saying? How y'all doing? We see Slicky. Him and Kenneth is having a conversation. Malik, babe. Malik, I wanted to ask you a question because you know all about the taxes and the laws. Malik, how is it lawful? Maybe every country, every state is different. But if you own your property and you build something on that land, can the government come in there and tax the property off of what you built? You know, because you're the one that make the land more valuable. You build a house, say you got an acre of land and you build a house on it. Can they come in there and tax you for that house? That's all I'm asking. Because it don't make no sense how your tax go from $2,000 to $7,500 a year. That's what I want to know. Because that seemed like that's bullying them or making them pay taxes off something that they built. But I'm just wondering, because I was under the impression that you own the land, you can do whatever you want to on the land, right? Because that's your land. So now it's like, yeah, it's your land, but if you build something, the government want half or whatever you built, and that don't seem too right, too fair. I know in DC they don't own the property; they own the home, but they don't own the property. Not unless they changed it. You can own the home, you can own what you built on the land, but some places you don't own the property, so you don't pay like taxes on the property in some states. I guess every state varies, from state to state. So, and I guess the value of your home changes the property value too, huh? But yeah, I guess so. That's what it is. So you get $1 million mansion built and you can't afford the taxes on it, you're going to lose that mansion. And that's what happened with a couple of people in that home makeover show where they take your home, take your 3-bedroom shack and make it into an 8-bedroom mansion. And then you put people in a different tax bracket. They can't afford the house. They can't afford the mansion. That's why they had the shack to begin with. I believe if y'all going to help them people, help them keep the house. If you really going to help them, because what's the use of building a big old house for the people and the kids and they can't even afford to keep it? And I think that part right there is really sad, because you're doing this all for naught. You're doing this so the government can get them a nice little house, or the state can get them a nice little mansion. And then go back and check on them kids that's in them foster homes, please, because it's not always what it seems. Everybody think they're in a loving, caring environment. Then the people find out that ain't no children living there. One foster parents kicked all 5 of the kids out. There was a set of 2 5-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 12-year-old, and the oldest boy and daughter came back and said that they told the people after they did the home improvement thing and they got that 8-bedroom mansion, they told the people that they had to get rid of the boy because of his attitude. He was shipped out. Then the girl, she was shipped out. Then the two twins, the 5-year-old, they were shipped out. The little boy said, what kind of attitude did my 5-year-old brother and sister have? They said that people got gift cards and the lady spent it on herself. They said the oldest boy said, well, where is the gift cards? The lady said, don't worry about that. The lady went from driving a minivan to a BMW. The lady, they was balling. They had what did they say? They had a nonprofit organization, and that they claimed that they was doing all of this work for the community for, right? They had these 5 kids. They said that they was like, well, where the cars, where the money that everybody donated to you to help take care of the kids? They said that the money that they got, listen to this, that they bought 200 pairs of shoes. They was helping the church uptown and bought 200 pairs of shoes. Well, how many pairs of shoes did you buy for the 5 kids that you got in your custody? People do stuff for show. People don't do it from their heart. People do it to show off. A random act of kindness got to be on display for you to do it. Then that's not a random act of kindness. That's not coming from your heart. So they took the money that was supposed to be for them 5 kids, went and bought 200 pairs of shoes, the gift cards and all this stuff, blowing it on whatever. They're going to say, we helped the church uptown. We bought 200 pairs of shoes. That don't mean diddly squat to them 5 kids that you got living in your home, in your custody at the time. Where they shoes? Where they shoes at? 200 pairs of shoes. I mean, them kids should have, what, 40 pairs of shoes apiece? Only 5 kids. Only 5 kids. It's sad. And them kids say they didn't get nothing but put in a foster home. And people like that, I don't think they should be able to keep the house. I don't think they should be able to do none of that. Because you lose the kids, you lose all your perks. Why you was doing it in the first place. Molly, I ran my mouth enough. Come on in and say something to the people, Molly. He must be on. Molly, can you hear me? He must be
Yeah,
doing
I can
something
hear
else. You can hear me?
you. Yeah. Bandana. What up, Larry? Got Yogi in here, Malik in here. What up, Malik? Malik said some good things. My boy KC. Y'all know KC is, that's Kenneth Clark. My man.
Oh, what did Malik say? I asked him a question about the
Malik
property
said
tax.
a lot. He's saying mortgage is basically a loan. You know, everybody know that. You get a mortgage, you basically got to pay off a loan. Most likely you paying the interest off majority of the time than actually paying the house off. A lot of
But
people don't know that.
those people didn't have a mortgage. There was them home improvements where they turned their house and they fixed it up and gave the people the house. But it was the property taxes that they couldn't afford on the house. There was no mortgage on the house. They couldn't afford the property tax.
So
And
they
ended up, yeah, and ended up losing the home. One family did like that. That's why I was asking, because I thought your land was your land and you could build whatever you want on your land. But the government came in and took them people home. And I just feel bad about stuff like that. They should have helped them people be able to pay the taxes or something.
yeah,
Something.
that's what they do. They used to use it, the railroads, the trains, and all that. They said we got to build a railroad going right through this city.
And
So
take
black
your home.
people, yeah, they take your homes. You can own the house all you want. You don't own the land for real. Nobody really own the land. I don't know who gave them the okay to say I own this land.
Well, in Maryland, that's what you paying property tax for. You do own your land in Maryland.
Says who, God or the government?
Said the government, the tax Maryland
Exactly.
tax people.
Ain't nobody tell you when you own or don't own a piece of property. That's how they got us confused. We play the game with them. I own this. You can't come on my property or I shoot you.
Yeah, but that's what they have you set up believe that this is your property. When you buy the land, you buy the acreage and all that stuff. That's your property. Well, that was my show for today, talking about the kids, the violence, and how the government is getting in
Title is
bed.
only where you own your land. What Malik exactly? So things are not what they appear. Yeah, it was a good show though, y'all. Great show.
I hope I gave them some good
Tomorrow.
information. If they didn't know that UK and US is getting in the bed with Australia for those nuclear submarines, now they know. I think that's something that we should know.
Don't know, now you know.
When they start firing off from the submarines and the missiles, and you wondering why lands and stuff falling and earthquakes, they underwater. They underwater doing that stuff.
The minute they start firing all, you can start seeing UFOs all through the sky. Because them people across that ice ain't playing. They know not to go to war. We can't go to war. We wanted to, for real. There's people that's past Antarctica that said that we don't keep it quiet over here. They're going to have to come over here.
I wish they come on over here because I would like to go on the other
Yeah.
side of the wall.
I'm pretty sure they got better technology than we do. Or underground. They limit underground or something.
Something. And the polar caps are starting to melt. Something up with that. Look.
Big time lightning come from the ground, not the sky. This nigga live in the upside down world now. What you live in the upside down world. What's above, so below anyway.
As above, so below.
It's real.
That's a song by Tom Tom Club.
And Malik guy hit me to that one.
What, that song? Yeah.
Nah, the lightning come from the ground. I seen a friend get struck by lightning when I was playing AAU. I was like 14. He couldn't play for like 2 years. He survived, but we was walking. He got hit by lightning. Like literally seen him get struck. Like boom, and he was done. Like But he died. He survived. He's one of our best players too. He came back 2 years later, was able to play a little bit, but he wasn't never really the same.
Struck by lightning.
It looked like it came from the sky. It looked like that shit came from the ground. But I believe it can come from the ground. Just how I see a rainbow in the sky, and then I see the reflection on the ground. So I be looking like it's on the ground and it's in the sky. So it could be a reflection. It can be, I don't know. It could be pulling it from the sky, from the ground. CG, cloud of ground. Lightning comes from the sky down. But the part you see comes from the ground up. That's what I was assuming you were saying. We can go on and on about this. My bad. All right, y'all. Good show today. We back on here tomorrow, 10:30, 11:30 a.m. Wednesday. My girl Reese Ree, a.k.a. Althea McFarlane, a.k.a. the best that ever did it.
Wellness Wednesday, y'all. Michelle Pucciarelli and the Blue Phoenix will be joining me tomorrow. Wellness Wednesday. I want to talk about spirulina. Molly, you know what spirulina is?
You said asparagus?
No, not asparagus. Spirulina.
Nah, I don't know what spirulina is. It sounds like some spiritual god.
No. It's something that grows in the sea. It's a plant that grows in the sea. It's not a plant. It's
It ain't sea moss.
No.
It ain't seaweed. It ain't algae.
No, it's supposed to be some type of algae that grows. But sea moss don't bother me, right? But they said spirulina, if you got any seafood allergies or shellfish allergies, you can't eat spirulina.
That shit, I can't eat it. I'm allergic.
Then you can't eat spirulina, but it's supposed to have all these amazing properties for you. Look it up and share with the people on Wellness Wednesday. And it's green, and then it looked like poop.
It's green and it look like poop. That's diarrhea.
And it'll give you that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it will. Clean your system right out.
iPads. But all right, with you, Ray. I see you in the background.
Alrighty. I gotta go to the dentist.
What about time?
Oh no. I'm
Something
chopping it up.
rich range of vitamins and minerals in it, maintain a healthy immune system like vitamin E, C, B6. Research found that it's also boosts production of white blood cell antibodies, fight viruses, bacteria in the body. Everything from the water helps us so tremendously. I really think we sea creatures. Like, we gotta be, even if you look it up, like what do human beings stand for? It stands for sea monster. It's just like so weird. Everything is dealing with the sea. You got to go to the bank. That's like the bank of the shore, the money flow. It's a lot of stuff always dealing with the water. It's weird. I really think we sea creatures. It can be the case, but it's crazy that a lot of things come from the sea. We even love to eat it, or it's great for the body. There's a lot of plants in the water. It's amazing. Say we plants. Now Malik gonna get us going fast. We out of here, Leak, man. I see you at 1 o'clock.